Speak on, my good man, and don't bother me any longer.
Charlie, this came
longer.
Going to surprise you at a later date.
Bother me.
You're on. But she's not coming.
Of course not.
You're on.
This is terrible.
You're damn blasted.
What a rotter.
This is my last chance. Tomorrow Kitty will go back to Scotland. The young ladies are here, sir.
You young. Oh, no.
This is trash.
Let me get out of these seats.
No.
What's the matter with you?
Listen, you can be the young.
That's not even amusing.
I'm serious. They won't stay if there's no chaperone.
I'll get a chaperone. I'll borrow one.
You've got to do it to save us. Showman Brasset.
Yes.
Now sit down. This way, please. May I take those?
Are we here too soon?
No, just right.
Amy brought some flowers to Mr. Wycomb's aunt. Has she come?
Yes, she's come. Down with the Alvadores. Miss Betty. Miss Verdon, down with the Alvadores. Charlie's on. Go on, say something.
How do you do, my dears?
How do you do, my dear?
How do you do, my dear?
How do you do, Donna Lucia? We called before, but you hadn't arrived. We brought you some flowers.
Oh, thank you.
I hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
Oh, no, it was a jolly pleasant, I mean. What do I do with these things?
Stick them in your dress.
Mr. Chesney? Oh, I wonder. Mr. Wycombe. Where's Mr. Wycombe?
Charlie retired to his room.
He did?
He wasn't feeling well. After all, it's rather affecting me when he's on.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes, I thought.
Charlie pretends to be so carefree and gay, but he's really a poet almost.
We talk about the weather. The charming weather. Charming weather.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, glorious. Donna Lucia, may I arrange these for you?
Thank you, dear.
And this afternoon we'll take you to see the gardens and the cloisters. You are staying, aren't you?
No, I say no. No.
Excuse me, Mr. Chesney, but I heard Mr. Spedding.
Uncle?
That is you.
Oh, no.
Inquiring for your rooms at the gate, sir.
Your guardian, he must have come back.
Do send him away, Mr. Chesney.
Come on. No, not you. Why not?
Get rid of him.
I don't know what to do.
Do something. You've got to.
I'll find my way.
Why doesn't somebody answer the door?
What do you want?
I wish to see Mr. Chesney.
Not at all.
And Mr. White.
Going away on a trip.
Now look here.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off. No, don't sit down, sir. No, I'm not sitting down, and I did not ask you to sit down.
I wish to see young Mr. Wykeman at once.
I told you he's not present. I'm the only person present.
But the porter told me he saw the two young ladies, my niece and my ward, come in.
And I'm telling you, I'm the only young lady present.
But he told me he saw them come in.
And didn't he tell you he saw them go out?
No.
Well, after all, in your present condition. Look, disgusting.
Madame, I'm annoyed, but perfectly so.
Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be good, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be good, my good man, and don't bother me any longer.
It was sweet of you. It was wonderful.
You're dear girl.
And you're dear. Indeed you are.
All right, that'll be enough.
They appreciate me.
Yes, and that's more than I can say for your nephew.
What has dear Charlie done?
He has deceived me. He isn't in there.
Oh, he's not. Oh, that noble boy. He has risked his life climbing out the back window to run an errand for me.
He has?
Oh, yes.
Here's my dad. Miss Pettigrew, my father.
Charles.
Miss Burton, my father.
Life.
Nice.
Has she come?
Yes, she's come. Donna Lucia Salvadores. My father, Sir Francis Chester.
Oh, no. How do you do, Sir Francis? How do you do?
This is Charley's aunt from Brazil.
Brazil? Oh, Brazil! Where the nuts come from?
Luncheon is ready, sir. Dad, will you take Donna Lucia?
Allow me.
Aren't we going to wait for Mr. Wycombe?
I think he prefers to go ahead.
Look, Mark, what a pretty flower. You like it? Will you accept it? I'll have it stopped. Oh. Here you are. I was right after on that old fool of a woman told me that you were not here. Don't address me, sir. And this is the way you take advantage of my absence?
Mr. Pettigrew.
Don't address me, sir.
Mr. Pettigrew, won't you allow us to explain?
But Mrs. Pettigrew. Go away, madam, and don't interfere. Where did you get that hat? Take it off.
Perhaps you will remember there are ladies present.
I disapprove of their presence here and request that they return with me. Ladies, come.
Jack, will you introduce me?
Mr. Pettigrew, my father, Sir Francis Chester.
And this is...
Oh, pray. Don't introduce me. I've been sufficiently insulted by the old hound, gentleman, already. I could only say that I was deeply annoyed upon prematurely returning from a business appointment to find my niece in my ward.
invited here to meet Mr. Wycombe's aunt.
Indeed.
There was no indeed about it. I repeat, invited here to meet Mr. Wycombe's aunt.
In my mind, sir, it matters little.
In my mind, it matters everything. Therefore, allow me to introduce to you Miss Donna Lucia Salvadores. Mr. What's his confounded name, Jack?
Pettigrew,
Pettigrew.
the celebrated millionaire. What a mistake.
How do you do? How do you do? I'm Charley's aunt from Brazil. Where the nuts come from? I'm sorry. Very, very sorry.
Go on, apologize. Ask for the lunch.
Well, I thought you were rude, but did you apologize?
Oh, by all means, I am very sorry.
You'll join us for lunch?
If you wish it, and I forgive it.
Forgive it. Will you accept this flower as a peace offering?
My flower.
Oh, listen!
It's the band. And Mr. Wycombe's not here yet.
You kids run along. We'll meet you over there.
Perhaps we'll find Mr. Wycombe at the parade. Let's hurry. Yes, we've got the business.
See you there.
Allow me.
No. Allow me.
Here they come with the sunlight on the trumpet. Here they come with the banners flying high.
In my soul, there's a lusty sort of feeling, and a bright gleam of pride is in my eye. Here they come with the clarinets a wailing. Here they come rather bravely up the flag.
And I know in a moment I'll be cheering, and my best Sunday hat will be high in the air for the national a Philharmonic flavor, but to me, the finest in the land is the Midnight Fire, marching society and dance contemporary band. Though they march only slightly out of tempo, though they play just a trifle out of tune,
though there's just a suggestion in the elbow of the sound of the harmony to move, though the trombone is so independent, and the drummer is not exactly choice, still the old college spirit is upon me, and I shout every time at the top of my voice for the new Dutch Fire, marching society and dance contemporary band. Yes, you're analytical, sensitive or critical, you like it more the farther that you stand.
but to me it satisfies me fully when I hear the haunted head.
For the new Dutch Fire, marching society and dance contemporary band.
Where are you going? It isn't polite to leave so soon after lunch. Better use asking for you.
I've played the hero, and I have saved the day. But the time has come for me to get back into my own clothes. If I don't make some explanation to Amy, she'll be absolutely done with me.
You can't quit now, or you tell old Pettigrew.
I've already told him to wait. I want to test his love.
When we had so much at stake, how could you behave so badly? Throwing things. Acting like I don't know what.
I only popped him with the deviled egg.
Why did you do it?
Frankly, I don't like him. I think he's a bit pushy. Besides, I want to be loved for myself, not my money.
But Charlie.
No more bust Charlies. This costume goes back into the box, and I'm going back to
Charlie.
Amy.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to stay right here.
Oh, I think it's in the cornucopia. It's been all over the eye. Oh, do you see? Oh, there's the dear girl now.
I've been sent on a mission. Amy is with the gentleman, and I have to find out when Donna Lucia is to return.
Soon, I think.
Oh, no. Not soon. I may disappear, you know, just disappear. I'll send word by chance. Well, as we say in Brazil, goodbye.
My gardeners are already greatly upset, and if Donna Lucia should leave without saying goodbye...
But we are alone for the moment.
So we are.
Miss Vernon, I'm in honor bound to tell you something frankly.
Oh, please do.
Not that sort of. This is serious.
Oh.
What I mean is, will you listen?
Yes, I will.
The point is, I intended to make a straight-out statement, but my future has been altered. My father has told me some rather bad news and all that, but the question is, will you wait?
Wait, what for?
I could get a job. Kitty, could you? I mean, Miss Vernon, would you? Confound it, you do have such a devastating effect on me. I can't even think what to call you. Oh, my darling.
That's a pretty name.
Till a moment ago, we were Mr. and Miss.
discussing the weather, avoiding each other's eyes, till a moment ago when we happened to kiss, and we kissed the mystery goodbye. Now at last I can sigh. My darling, I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day. My darling, I fluttered and fled like a starling. My courage just melted away. Now all at once you kiss me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say, except my darling, get used to that name of my darling. It's here to stay.
Till a moment ago, we were Kitty and Jack, so festive, so proper, the meaning was repartee. But a moment ago, I was taken aback when we swept the Kitty and Jack away. In reply, let me say, my darling, my darling, I wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day. My darling, I fluttered and fled like a starling, my courage just ran away. Now all at once you kiss me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say, except my darling, get used to the name of my darling, it's here to stay.
What I meant to do, and what I must do to make absolutely certain to you how terribly poor
You know very little about me. Don't you realize I'm much too fond of you to let money stand in the way?
Oh, Kitty.
No, not Kitty, my darling.
My darling, I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day. My darling, I've fluttered and fled like a starling, my courage just melted away.
Now all at once you kiss me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say,
Except my darling, get used to that name of my darling, it's here to stay.
Jack, I need a word with you.
And I want to tell you something.
This is important.
I'll run back and join the others.
Jack, having thought it over, I've decided that you shall continue the career originally mapped out for you. I also have decided to take your advice and marry the lady of wealth.
Well, Dad, if you fall victim to some young and lovely...
No, Jack, she's not young, and she's far from lovely.
Dad, who do you mean?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Oh, no, Dad. This is impossible.
Impossible? That's not the way the Army makes love. I'm going to get myself a good stiff rattling brandy and soda to bring me up to mark. Decided to put in another visit, have you, Wycombe?
I'm getting quite fed up with his sarcasm. Listen.
It is indeed. I feel sure I must be having hallucinations.
Misled you.
My guardian became upset and went for a walk, so we came to get you.
Perhaps you can find him.
It would be a pleasure.
I've been looking everywhere for you, you know.
Oh, really, Mr. Wycombe?
I do wish you could understand. Have a little blind faith, you know.
How blind.
Maybe that's not fair. I can account for all my unaccountable absences very simply as soon as I get time.
It will be very interesting, I dare say. In the meantime, would you like to lie down again? Or maybe jump out the window?
Amy, don't you believe that there are some things that can be explained?
Yes, like wireless telegraphy.
Well, if you like. But that's not important.
Oh, I think it's very important. And if your consideration for me isn't sufficient, then...
The important thing is that we're pressed for time. If your uncle gets it into his head to just just whisk you off to Scotland before I've done it.
Before you've done what?
Well, before I talk to you about our future.
Our future? Our future will be marvelously exciting.
Exciting.
For progress is a thing there's no sense fighting.
Progress.
They say it will be like emerging into the light from our dismal planetary.
Amy, what are you talking about?
The 20th century.
Amy, don't change the subject.
I just read a book on what's to be expected. They'll have wireless telegraphy perfected, electric lights and fountain pens, and machines by which a lie can be detected.
But Amy, what about us?
For the present, for the cross, rest material, they explode.
Yes, I know.
Someday there'll be horseless carriages that fly, horseless carriages, and someday they'll be roaring all about the sky. But who knows when that age of miracles will come to be? So meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and marry me.
I can't believe it, no, I can't.
Someday there'll be stereotypes that stereotypes appearing in cathedrals larger than the moon.
How romantic.
Colossal!
Gigantic.
But who knows when that great true lovers will shine. So meanwhile, I'll make that miracle and say you're mine.
Can't believe it, no, I
And I will see the wonders of the future in your eyes, brightly gleaming wonders that I challenge modern science to devise. Oh yes, I know that someday, after we've grown very, very old, old enough to bury someone rather bright will cure the common cold.
Not the British. Never the British.
And someday, just a small white hill will feed our family. So meanwhile, let us take and simplify and
What a future!
Let's make sure our feet are dry and
What a
meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and marry me.
For carriages, I can't believe it, no, I stereotypes, I can't believe it, no, I can't.
Someday they'll be wearing skirts way up to here, wearing skirts way up to Sunday, with the neckline equally sincere. A vision that last I may not be alive to see. So meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and marry me.
Can't believe it, no, I can't.
Someday life will be one sweet domestic
See
dream.
what sweet domestic
On that sweet domestic someday, they'll be eating cottages with me.
Not the British.
Never the British.
Never the British.
But meanwhile, can't you keep this heart until I breathe for two? And meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and say, I do.
I can't believe it, no.
And I will see the wonders of the future in your eyes, brightly gleaming wonders that I challenge modern science to devise. Oh yes, I know that someday, when your mind keeps harboring a grouch,
Ouch!
and someday Dr. Bones will place you on a couch and listen to your
happy you and I. Be so happy, yes, someday we'll have babies, 1 or 2 or 5. But Amy, we will never ever come to be unless, yes, Amy, please make that miracle, Amy. Won't you make that miracle, yes, Amy? Come and make that miracle.
Really, Mr. Wycombe? Oh.
Amy,
Yes?
aren't you going to give me an answer of some sort? Mostly affirmative?
Well, I do like you.
Hooray! Oh, here you are.
Uncle!
I've been seeking you. We're going to return home now.
Home?
Where's Aunt Kitty?
You can't take them away so soon.
Indeed, you.
Why does everyone always take that tone when referring to me? I've been absent for a reason. I've been attending to something for my aunt.
Your aunt?
Well, yes, you've met her.
I have indeed, and I will say this. She may be a woman of wealth, but she certainly has acquired a strange code of manners living among these foreigners, and I've had enough of it. I've been scolded, pushed, spattered with egg, and now that's waiting for an interminable time. And I will take my niece to my ward, and I will leave her without further ado. Go find Kitty.
Please, Uncle.
Well, that would spoil everything.
We leave immediately.
But...
Did you hear me?
Mrs. Betty, you can't leave so soon. My aunt, she'll be broken-hearted.
I judge from the way she behaves.
That was just... Don't you understand women, Mrs. Pettigrew? That was just nerves. Why, she confessed it to me. She said that you affected her like chemistry, that in your presence she became girlish and silly.
The way she spurned me.
Mrs. Pettigrew, it's love. My aunt is a woman of strong emotions. Why, she's in my room at this moment, resting from the emotional shock of meeting you. Well, she says that she would like to hurry back to you, but she has some business to do, writing letters to 2 or 3 of her banks. Let me tell her you're waiting, and I know she'll be right down. Oh, I promise.
Writing letters to the bank, you say?
Well, yes.
Oh, wait. If there is one thing that I hate, it's the thought of acquiring a mate, especially one with a face like a hatchet, a voice like a duck, and a figure to match it. Short of sight and long of tooth with so that's exciting and funny. And yet, if there's one thing I love, it's money. And since she has so much of it, I'm all for the gold is much of it. Lucia, you stand at your window and smile. Lucia, oh please ask me in for a while. Lucia, tonight to your side I'm attached to be close to the warmth of your lips and your arms and your cool 20 million in cash. Lucia, oh precious one, show me a sign that you'll really make my life thrilling. Cuckoo, cuckoo, hello.
Oh, I just love your voice, just like a moose in the mating season. Oh, I want you to spend the whole afternoon with me.
Oh?
Yes. Do you like to hunt, Rather. Well, then hunt for me!
It is, Uncle. He must be playing some games. Now we won't have to return home.
I must wait for my uncle, my father. I'll join you, Greg. Charley.
It would be a fair thing for you to put this costume on and do a couple of turns yourself while I go and talk with Amy.
Charley, something important has come up. I want to put you on your guard.
On my guard. Oh, thank you.
My father's going to propose to you.
Oh, he is? Well, I'm not going to accept. I'd see him hanged first. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? I tramp around in this thing all the time. I'm sick of it. It's got... Oh! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and that's the way we do to Brazil. Oh.
Dear Donna Lucia, there you are. Your friends are waiting for you, Jack. Donna Lucia, do you know that meeting you for the first time today like I have done is like a lonely traveler coming across some bright little flowerlet by the wayside?
Who, me?
Yes, you, Donna Lucia. Do you know what a man longs for when he's lonely, desolate, and wretched?
A drink?
No, he longs to plant in his own heart that tiny little flowerlet.
Does he really? How lovely.
And I have come all the way from India just to find it.
No? Well, you must be tired. Do sit down.
But I'll waste no more words. Donna Lucia, will you be my wife? Will you be my little flowerlet?
No. Oh! Well, you've taken me by such surprise.
Then I may hope.
I'm afraid not. You see, I'm in a more peculiar situation than I could ever explain.
And no words of mine can alter your decision.
No. You see, there's also a fundamental barrier between us. You don't like Charley.
Charley?
Charley, my dear nephew of whom you spoke so ungraciously at lunch.
Well, I thought it very rude of him not to show up.
Oh, I could never love anyone who didn't love dear Charley.
Oh, Donna Lucia!
Looks like a busy day for me.
Guilty. By Jove, what a relief. Oh, I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry to intrude. Perhaps you could direct me.
Indeed, indeed, I shall be delighted.
I'm looking for Mr. Wycombe.
Wycombe?
Is something wrong?
Wrong? No. If you can find him, you're a better man. I mean, you're a better woman. Oh, I don't know what I mean. I've been through quite an ordeal, you see.
I'm so sorry.
But he lives right here. I'll be charmed to show you.
You don't remember me?
I'm sorry, but
Aren't you, or rather weren't you, Lieutenant Frank Chesnut?
I was.
You forgot the day you first embarked for India?
No.
Then the evening before?
Lucy! Good gracious, and to think of that very dance. Why, it's something practically out of a storybook. And to think here you are with me. You must see my son. He's a splendid fellow. He and his Wycombe chap are entertaining 2 young ladies and a woman from Brazil, Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Who?
You know her?
Well, oh, I see. You mean they're expecting Donna Lucia.
Oh, no, she's here.
Here?
There's Donna daughter Lucia now?
Well, I'd very much like to meet her. You see, I too have been abroad and recently returned. I too am a widow.
And your name now is?
Mrs. Beverly Smythe.
It seems like only yesterday we parted.
Then you do remember me.
Oh, yes. You were all dressed up in white, tied up in blue.
Like a chocolate bar.
On the contrary, like a breath of spring, like something frightfully poetic. As a matter of fact, it was spring.
As a matter of fact, it still is.
By George, you were right.
Was a bright blue sky and the lark sang high on a bough that was blossom laden. And I had my eye on a certain pretty maiden. Was a perfect day in the month of May, and the sun was a blazing yellow.
Remember?
And I had my eye on a certain handsome fellow. The lady they call springtime all but swept me off my feet. She filled my heart with promises extravagant and sweet. And now again we meet. She hasn't changed a bit.
I don't know how she manages it.
Springtime, you're looking lovelier than ever, lovelier than ever before. Still irresistible in the same old gown of green. Still irresistible as that lilac splendid scene when I was 17. Springtime, you haven't changed your way of whispering that romance lies in store. Springtime, you're being devastatingly clever and lovelier than ever before. Springtime, you're looking lovelier than ever, lovelier than ever before. Still irresistible in that same old gown of green. Still irresistible as that lilac scented scene when I was 17. Springtime, you haven't changed your way of whispering that romance lies in store. Springtime, you're being devastatingly clever and lovelier than ever before. Springtime, you're being devastatingly clever and lovelier than ever before.
Go. You jackass. And what did you make a fool of my father for?
I didn't make a fool of the fool, you fool!
Why didn't you just cut him short and refuse him at once?
I couldn't refuse him until he proposed. No young lady could. Why, I shall find myself in a divorce court before I even know where I am.
Just the way your old sped at you in the best of humor.
Look, old boy, I'm not going to marry him. You don't know the things he's been saying to me.
What thing?
Come here.
Come on, Charlie, tell me.
No, you're too young. Yikes! Here he comes now!
Have you spoken about it to my uncle?
He didn't really give me a chance.
Amy says we must get his consent in writing.
In writing, why?
So we can't retract.
That may be difficult.
Do you know who's the one to do it? Charlie's aunt.
Well, she's been rather on the go lately.
I'm having so much exercise these days. Whew.
We want to ask you a favor.
Oh, sure, dear. Anything.
I'm in love with Jack.
You are? How perfectly adorable.
And Amy's in love with Charlie.
She is.
I think so.
What's the matter, dear? Oh, come to your auntie.
No, nothing. I'm sorry. You wouldn't understand. Amy, must you be so emotional at a time like this?
It's easy for you to talk.
Amy thinks Charlie doesn't love her.
Oh, but he does,
Then why does he desert me?
Charlie will be back. Now, in the meantime, you put your head here. And you put your head too.
Look, if it's all the same to you.
Jack, do go away.
Yes, go away. We three girls want to be alone.
Mr. Spencer is my guardian, and under my father's will, he gets nearly all my money if I marry without his consent.
We want you to get him to write a letter giving consent to our marriage.
Oh, yes, of course, dear. Well, he'll do almost anything for me.
Yes, you see, you're the only one who seems to be able to control my uncle.
Look! Why, here he comes now! The hound of the Baskervilles!
They've gone into the garden. Come on, Amy.
I think I ought to wait here for Charlie.
Oh.
Charlie's a nice boy, a dear boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, true and true. Charlie's a nice boy, a dear boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, so loyal and so true. I am his one girl, the one girl, the one girl, the one girl, no other that may play. So when my Charlie walks me, I'm content as I can be, just to close my eyes and picture his face, and picture his face, and picture that picture of that woman, that picture of that woman on the piano in his room. That picture of that woman wearing tights and a vulgar ultrasound. That woman, the hussy of a woman, that woman in the picture, that woman in his room. Oh, the sheriff, a woman in his room. That woman, I wonder if he's kissed her, Of course, I'm such a fool. It's probably his sister, just a photograph taken at a masquerade. What a terrible mistake I've made. Charlie's a nice boy, a dear boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, true and true. Charlie's a nice boy,
what he said. No other living relative except his aunt, for all the rest are dead. He has no sister. Then exactly who is that woman, that woman, that woman in the picture, that woman in the picture on the piano in his room? That woman, that woman, that woman who I have no doubt is dressed in a hideous fresh perfume. That woman, that gaudy body Venus, that woman's come between us, that woman in his room. Oh, the soul of him, a woman in his room. That woman, was this he'll have to answer, was this he'll have to answer? Oh, why am I so suspicious? Please probably some dancer, just a lady my Charlie doesn't even know. Just the cover of a program of some London show. Charlie's a nice boy, a dear boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, through and through. I shall be patiently waiting for Charlie returns from that urgent rendezvous. A French word, I've seen it in a novel. Rendezvous, meaning that woman, I know he's with that woman, I'm sure he's with that woman on the piano in his room. That monster of a woman cast a spell over my intended room. It's ended, all ended, they're up there sweetly sighing, and I so long and dying had just begun to bloom. Oh, the shock of it, a woman in his room.
College gents will do anything.
Oh, Amy, dear.
Yes?
Oh. I have a message for you from Charley.
About a woman?
Yes, you. He says that he loves you tremendously. Oh, just tremendously. But if you were he himself, he'd never
Yes, she is.
We've been trying to catch up with you.
So have I. I brought you some flowers.
Oh, well, look you. I've been looking everywhere for you.
I have a great deal to say to you.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, how annoying.
Jack, allow me to introduce to you Miss Beverly Smythe, an old, and may I say, a very dear friend.
Don Lucia Delvedore, Miss Benfield, Miss Verdon, and Mr. Stone. Ton.
And what about Mr. Wycombe?
Wycombe?
Yeah. Sir Francis said he would be here with you.
I've given up trying to find out where he'll ever be.
Is there something the matter? You see, I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
No, nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, I was only hoping that Mr. Wycombe would be able to tell me where I could find you.
Me?
Yes, you see, I knew your late husband intimately.
Whatever is the matter? She knew my late husband intimately.
Don Lucia, is something wrong?
Oh, yes. She knew my late husband intimately.
Won't you come into the garden?
No garden. Intimately. Why, You see. What are they? You must entertain. I'll pull myself together.
Donna Lucia, will you pour tea?
Certainly. Now, do we all take tea?
You haven't been in England long, have you?
Change the subject. Change the subject.
No, you take sugar and cream.
Do you take sugar and cream?
Donna Lucille, I shall like some sugar and cream.
Oh, Uncle, look, the hat.
My hat, my hat! I'm terribly sorry.
Allow me, sir. Now you've upset Dorothy.
Don't you believe it? Nothing will upset him. Don't forgive me.
Say no more, Donna Lucille. Good for us all to caper once in a while.
Donna Lucia always likes to caper. I know quite a great deal about you. You have quite a reputation, Donna Lucia.
Oh, yes, I did, but I'm all right now.
People used to think you were all right then.
All right? Why, I was extraordinary. Oh, yes.
You haven't been in Brazil long, have you?
Well, sure I have.
What part of Brazil did you come from?
The residential part.
No, I mean the name.
Oh, yes, that. The name. Now, what was it? Well, it was named after a bottle of wine. Pernambuco.
Oh, do tell me more about those brasileiros.
Well, only the nicer girls wore them. Lovely people, just lovely.
Do you speak the language?
What language? Oh, Ole.
Oh, that's most interesting. Do tell us more.
No, I don't think we'll be wrong.
Please do.
You simply must. I want to know everything about you.
It's most interesting.
Well, Brazil is situated, isn't it? Well, yes. Brazil is not only the land of nuts, but of romance. And into this unbelievable place I came, an innocent English girl, looking a great deal like dear little Amy.
Like me. Isn't that sweet?
Oh, yes. Pernambuco. I'd be happy to tell you all about it, but you'd hardly believe me. Picture, if you will, the life that greeted me. I stepped off the boat with high heels and a smooth riding back. At first, I was frightened, especially at that wonderful man with the big mustache, whom I afterward married. Why, he was gorgeous, but brutal. But he was a lovely boy, a fine boy, a good boy, a rich boy. So I married him. Oh, the romance of it all. We used to make love all night, and then sit in the hot sun all the next day, calling off, you know. Oh, sometimes I can still hear those sounds, and, well, smell those smells, and wish I could live the whole thing all over again.
the feeling is frantic, and they call it romantic, and so do I.
Okay, hold it.
You look too sexy, Reggie.
Oh, I fancy I do. Let's comments from the gallery.
Vital end. Final ladies, vital end. Okay, ready. Expressions. Face. Gentlemen. In the face of something. Intelligence, maybe.
Oh, that's asking too much, really.
Hold it, please.
Wait, where's Charlie? By Jove, that's right. Wycliffe hasn't arrived yet. He told me he'll be here.
He will. He's been terribly involved.
Where is he?
I'm not quite sure.
He wasn't at the club. He wasn't in his room. Only Miss Burton's guardian is some old lady.
Charlie? Oh, Charlie. Why did he ever go?
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Where's Charlie coming home?
From this most auspicious day, gentlemen, we embark on this stormy sea of life to voyage, each of us determined to make his mark. Strong and upright, stalwart men and true, the glorious class of '92.
Hip, hip, hooray!
They will say of Freddie Smith, there goes the great tycoon. They'll be writing odes in praise of Humble, Governor General of Dragoon. Charley will be the subject of a play. And as for Wycombe, they merely say,
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie?
when's Charlie coming home?
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam?
From a life so lovely,
Does Charlie still miss the barley? How many beaches can he comb? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming home? I can see his anxious bride, poor little darling dear. I can see her waiting at the altar, waiting for a boy to appear. I know there is wedding for now. Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam?
from a life so lovely,
He knows the music, Hong Kong, Lucius, and I know. Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam? From a life so lovely, does Charlie still miss the barley? How many beaches can he come? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Where's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Where's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie coming?
Move closer. Closer. Heads together. Expression. Smile. That's it. At last, intelligence. I had to be photographed first. I promised the fellow. I'm the vice president here.
Yes, but before that.
Well, I was doing something for my aunt. Well, if you don't believe me, you can ask her.
Now I can't find her, and it's very important. Our whole lives will be ruined. My uncle has promised to bring her that letter, but he might change his mind if she doesn't.
Auntie will be back.
All right. We were planning to take her with us to the ladies' dressing room.
Oh. The where?
Whatever is the matter?
The ladies' dressing room.
Of course. She has to be with us until we meet my uncle. And Mr. Wycombe, is there some other woman in your life?
Amy, I never thought of any other woman but you. Not since last Christmas, when we kissed under the mistletoe.
Oh, did you notice that?
Oh, Amy, you're being sacrilegious.
It was sort of sacred. And I trust you. I mean, I'll try. Only,
Tell me what to expect.
Very well. Now here's the plan. I'll send Auntie to meet you, and I'll get there as soon as I can.
When you can? No. I trust you.
You know, Amy, there are some ladies who are just ladies. But you're... Well, after we're married, I'll be able to tell you better.
I caught you, sir, having a look at her as she went strolling by. Now didn't your heart go boom, 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 boom? Now didn't you hear a sigh? I warn you, sir, don't start to dream of her, just to bid such thoughts be gone, or it'll be boom, 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 boom. From then on, for once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever fascinated by her, set your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy, tear off your list, it's Amy. Buy her with bonbons, poetry and flowers, moon a million hours away. You might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, so carefree and bold, who loves a girl and later thinks it over, and just quits cold. Of once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever, sweetly your romance. Trouble is the answer will be ha, that Amy'd rather stay in love with me. with Amy, always in love with Amy,
and ever fascinated by her, set your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy, tear up that list, it's Amy.
Hold on. Isn't that too much? Put your knee in my back.
Oh, you must have a dance with my fiancé.
I'd be charmed. Has anyone seen Kitty? I think she's inside. Thanks. More.
Oh, Patricia.
I'm going to be the delicate type if it cuts me in two.
But she doesn't want to come in here. Well, what does she want to? Go where the gentlemen are? She's so naive.
But we must keep track of her until she gets the letter. Is it true what I hear?
Oh, my dear.
Oh, nothing. Nothing much, that is. Oh, pity. Oh, pity. For Amy. For Kitty. But of course you won't hurt. No, tell us. No, I promise I never breathe a word. Oh. However, it seems that you young ladies, when visiting to chat, perhaps, behaving in a manner that can hardly be condoned, chaperone, and suddenly, old Matthew, their guardian, arrives upon the scene. So crafty and so mean, but standing there to greet them like a potted rubber plant. Charley's Aunt. Charley's Aunt. Charley's Aunt. Charley's Aunt. Charley's Aunt. Charley's Aunt. I know. It's Charley like a melody, slightly off her dress. Those spots the girls went visiting today.
there. See what I mean?
Whatever is the matter, Donna Lucia?
Claustrophobia. It's a disease we Brazilians get when we come into ladies' rooms. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
But this isn't a real ladies' room. It's a man's room assigned to the ladies.
That's what makes it so different, see?
Oh, it's different, all right.
Besides, there's nowhere else to go. You'll have to stay here.
You must stay with us until we bring my uncle.
Very well. Oh, just sit down over here and think of other things. Getting hot in here.
I think it's rather exciting being in here where we're not supposed to be. They're right out there, but yet no man can cross that magic door until the signal.
He comes?
Not unless he's a terrible bounder.
Oh. And you girls would never associate with such a man now, would you?
Oh, no!
I thought not.
What are they laughing at?
They're telling naughty stories.
Men are so exciting, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
No, women are exciting too.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes.
There they go again.
It's about two elderly ladies in a physician's consulting room.
Oh, that one.
I remember a very funny story that Don Pedro is fond of telling.
Tom, who?
Your late husband, Don Pedro Dalvadoras.
Oh, yes. I remember his name, but I don't remember his stories. I don't hold with such frivolity, you know.
Oh, you don't mind Mrs. Beverly Smythe telling a story, do you?
Of course she doesn't.
Well, Don Pedro found one of his servants tipsy, very tipsy. So, Don Pedro, whom the man did not recognize...
Why, was Don Pedro tipsy?
No, the man, Donna Lucia.
The man was tipsy.
Well, Don Pedro, of course, was most abstemious. That's the whole point of his story. So Don Pedro said to the man, "What would Don Pedro say if he saw you like this?" And the man said, "And that's what's so funny." And the man said, "Ah, that's all right. Don Pedro's often like this." Tipsy?
I'm sick from laughing. Did you ever hear the one about the tulip? No, I guess you didn't.
Does that mean the ball has begun?
No, they're just getting ready to walk over.
You must get her to tell you the one about Tipsy. It'll wreck you.
When you was Robinson.
Thank you, Evelyn.
May I come in? Sir Francis, how punctual you are. That's most flattering. Good evening, Donna Lucia.
Good evening, Sir Francis.
Jack, do come in.
Oh, good. We're all here.
Lucy and I are going for a stroll ahead, Jack. We'll meet you over there.
Right.
Yes, we'll meet you there.
Goodbye.
Have you spoken about it to my uncle?
I can't find him anyplace.
But the whole thing hangs on that. Donna Lucia is waiting for him.
Hey, ho.
Evening, Reggie.
Where's Charley?
Had to attend to some things.
Oh.
We must find my guardian. Men are so absolutely helpless. You wait here for me.
Then why don't you leave me take you over?
Well, I suppose I'm only in the way here. Thank you very much.
Did you see that? Just like a woman, though, isn't it? The minute I turn my back.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm getting out of these please.
Put this on, you idiot.
I'm not putting anything on. I'm quitting. I am through.
Be sensible, Charlie.
Oh! I have had quite enough of this.
She had to walk over to the ballroom with someone else. That doesn't mean anything.
I beg pardon, sir.
Well, what is it? Did you hear anything?
Not a word.
Don't get on, man. Speak up.
I have a message.
Well, what is it?
Miss Vernon said she found Mr. Spedigood and she's bringing him here.
Here? Now?
Yes, sir.
Very well. I'll talk to him, the old buzzard.
Listen, Charlie, your future's at stake, just as much as mine. You don't want the girls to go back to Scotland, do you? Help me with this bracelet.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Here's your wig. Sorry, old boy.
He wants to be alone with Don and Lucia.
Well, keep him a second.
What did she say?
She said old Spedigood wants to be alone with Don and Lucia.
Oh, how am I behind?
All right, sir.
Good boy.
Brassett, now listen. Take my dress clothes to the ball. There's a small room upstairs where I can change.
Very good, sir.
Well, send up old icy fingers. Yes, sir. Dr. Livingston.
No.
Sir Francis Chesney.
No.
Ooh. Well, it feels like a turkey. Ah! It is a turkey! You're cute.
We're alone, Lucia.
Eh?
With music and you and the perfume of the night.
Did you bring the letter?
The letter.
The consent in writing.
Oh, it slipped my mind.
Oh, well, I'm mad at you.
Oh, Lucia, don't say that.
Well, I do. What do you think I am? Some chicken you dragged up from the gutter?
Why, of course not.
You do, too.
Oh. Lucia, don't cry. Please don't be...
Get your hands off of me.
Lucy, that's the song.
I'll go and get the letter.
All right.
And it was... you announced our engagement?
Yes. Meet me at the mall. Oh, yeah.
It's done. I'm off, make it out.
Go straight. I say, what devils we women are.
And his aunt have never been simultaneously?
I don't give a hang about any of them. All that matters to me is that I'm here with you and going to dance once again. Let me see.
No! Shotzi, Jack Chesney. Minuet, Jack Chesney. Polka, Jack Chesney. Waltz, Jack Chesney.
When they see me waltzing with you at the red pavilion, they will know the bouquet that you're wearing. With your hair and your liver so caring.
Will they see me waltzing with you on the
just have to live like without you, or I'll not let you out of my sight. And the ripples can feel you tonight.
Stop the music! Stop the music! I have an important announcement to make. Where's John and Lucia? Here I am, Stephen! Darling, let us tell them together. Did you bring the letter? Yes. Here is the letter. And we are betrothed. We are betrothed, darling. I say, Lucy, you're not going to go running off again, are you?
Uncle, we couldn't believe you'd come to the ball.
Oh, indeed. Yes, indeed. Bring me some chairs. Oh, anyway. Kitty, you sit here. And Amy, you sit here. I have something important to tell you. Something you'll be pleased to hear. As situated as I am, a lonely widower, surrounded by grave responsibilities, my niece, my ward, a good fairy has, I may say, tripped in among us, bringing us unexpected light and joy. Under her influence, I have consented to the engagement of my niece, and a man whose honor and probity I have the fullest confidence in, Mr. Charles Wycombe. Unfortunately, Mr. Wycombe has had to be absent on some important...
Here he is. I mean, here I am.
Charlie, old boy.
Jack, good to see you again, Wycombe.
Thank you, sir.
He's back. Isn't it wonderful? You know Mrs. Beverly Smythe?
Oh, well, of course, I mean, no. How do you do?
Would you mind saying that again?
Saying which? Oh, you must mean, how do you do?
Uncanny. Well, as I was saying, unbelievable. Charlie.
Yes, Stephen, yes, Mr. Pettigrew.
Where's your aunt?
Well, Auntie is in the other room lying down. She must be resting from something that upset her emotionally, because she's in there lying down with a sweet smile on her face.
I would wish to see her.
Again, get her. Certainly. Well, it's been such a short stay.
Now, where were we?
My engagement, Uncle.
Oh, yes, you too. Under her influence, I have consented to the engagement of my ward and John, only son of my dear friend, Sir Francis Chesney. But what will you say to a third engagement?
A third?
Yes, our good fairy... No. Let me add, without further metaphor, one whose name is honored throughout the southwestern hemisphere of that of the Rothschild in Europe, has consented to become Mrs. Stephen Pettigrew. I refer to our dear friend, Donna Lucia Dalvadore.
Dear Charlie told me that you wish to speak with me.
Uncanny.
Hi,
The family resemblance.
Oh. Here's the letter that Mrs. Pettigrew has given.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Where is Charlie?
Dear Charlie is frightfully tired.
I would wish to see him.
Again.
Just once more. May I call?
No. I'll get him. He's my next of kin. quite understand, Amy. I had to do it. I had to be the chaperone.
But of course, Amy, of course.
What is this?
Mistress Betty, you...
Silence, sir. When one is in love. Love? You low blackguard. Your love will die in flight. You'll never marry that girl.
But you've already given us your permission.
Nor you either. I'll show you that no one messes with me. But you forget that we have the letter. Oh!
What's the matter?
Oh, he's having letter pain. That's documents obtained under fraudulent pretenses.
The letter is ours, Uncle. It's ours, and you
I
can
demand it.
Allow me. This letter has been addressed and delivered to Donna Lucia Salvador.
But he is not Donna Lucia Salvador.
No, but I am.
You?
You?
You, Lucy? My aunt. She forgives me. Oh, you will pardon if I retire. As for you, no, you are beneath contempt. My flower, my nephew, my goodness,
My darling.
My darling, I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day.
My darling, I've fluttered and fled like a starling. My courage just melted away. Now all at once you kissed me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say, except my darling, get used to that name of my darling.